Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujunnea Bland. And today we're talking about what was Sonoma and what a great race it was out there for the NHRA. A lot of changes had to be made from Denver to Sonoma. Had to change fuel pumps and produce more fuel, getting the gear ratios for the blowers to slow them down, and also making adjustments for the clutch. And when those combinations happen, you can go really fast out there in Sonoma. And Matt Hagan did just that in funny car going to 398. What a run that was. You look at Grubby, he was running really strong and really a quick field in Top Fuel, a very quick field in Pro Stock as well. And at the end of the day, Sean Langdon, Hector Arana Jr., Ron Capps, and yes, Vincent Nobile make it and get those Wallies. Now, when we look at the race as a whole, I really liked what I saw out of Morgan Lucas. He's been struggling up and down all season long, but really made a push this weekend. A lot of the things that they have been trying to do over the past couple of weekends have finally come together, and they put together a real good showing out there in Sonoma. Clay Milligan, what a great pass that was in the first round. It was just unfortunate that one of those guys had to lose because both cars were really running strong. And as Clay has been all season long, has been really strong, running really, really well out there in Sonoma. But overall, a great race. Now, here comes my biggest gripe. Now, I'm sure most of you saw Johnny Gray and what was the explosion that cracked the body in half. Now, Ron Capps said that he wouldn't say anything bad on TV. Well, buddy, I'm going to say it for you. That was the most stupidest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, I know you think, NHRA, that it's okay to run things out and implement them at the drop of a hat. But I don't know which one of you jackwagons on that particular board made that decision, but I'm letting you know right now that that was the most idiotic thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, when we look at machine shops and things that are built, there's a process that things go through before we put anything into production. Now, no one talked to any drivers and got their opinion on the deal, which would have been a smart thing. And hey, I understand you want to protect the fans. I really do. But the fans also understand what they're getting into because it's right on the back of their tickets when they show up to these events. That's the first thing. Not saying that I want anybody to get hurt, but we know what we're getting into. But the drivers need to be protected. Now, Johnny Gray couldn't see a daggone thing, and it's a good thing that it wasn't a blazing inferno because we'd be talking about the fact that that man is dead today. Okay? So, two fortunate things. Now, let us remember, we need to test, make sure it's tried and proven before we put and implement these things on the cars. And ask the people who know something about what's going on. Not because you just got a wild hair up your butt and you think it's a good idea. Well, it needs to be tried and proven first before someone dies. So please, let's not make this mistake again, because we seem to make this mistake and make knee-jerk reactions a lot, hence 1,000 feet. That's a whole nother topic. But now, we bring to you our old line Speed Shop top 5 power rankings, and it goes a little something like this. Funny car, or Top Fuel, we'll start with Sean Langdon. Great job getting the win. We're going to keep him at the number 1 spot. I know Doug went out early, but you look at his qualifying numbers and you look at the past 3 to 4 races, great job there. Spencer Massey looked really good. Won't be sweeping the Western Swing. followed by Morgan Lucas and Antron Brown. The champ is finally starting to get that thing turned around. Hopefully, he can get it turned around to where he can get a win in Seattle. Now, we'll move to funny car. I put John Force at number 1. Reason being, we got a little bit scared, and I'm sorry, John, but when you made that change, I didn't think it was going to work out in your favor. I knew it would work out in Robert's favor, but I'm sorry. But he's very consistent. I know he didn't win, but he's looking very good, very strong with that new chassis. And Jimmy Proc's got his Proc Rocket back, followed by Courtney Force. Robert Height looking very consistent. We know why. He's driving John's car with John's crew chief, and we know how that car was running before they switched. The car is just, it's just a bracket car. It's just amazing. Ron Capps getting it done, getting the win, and Cruz Pedregon had a little slip up, but I don't see that staying there for long. He had some tough opponents coming up in those rounds, and a lot of guys fell to just having some cars that were just better than them that week, this past weekend. Pro Stock, Jed Coughlin looked really good this weekend. I'm going to go with Alan Johnson at number 2 spot. Shane Gray, number 3. I mean, what can you say about that guy? I mean, he's working hard every weekend, putting out a car that is just consistently running great numbers, keeping up with the top half of the field, and just keeps falling short. But I am confident he will get a win this year. And, hey, countdown's coming. It's anybody's game once we get to the countdown. But we're going to follow it with the number 4 spot at Mike Edwards. And Vincent Nobile makes my number 5. Guy's been working hard for the past couple of races, and he finally catches a break and gets a win. Now we're going to go to Pro Stock Motorcycle. What can you say about the Aranas? Hector Arana Jr., number 1. Matt Smith, number 2. That bike is flying. Hector Sr., number 3. He's finally starting to get his bike to turn around. Michael Ray and Katie Sullivan. She had a great weekend, had some big upsets this weekend, and hopefully she can make it for the second race out there in Seattle, the last race of our Western Swing. Well, we're going to be off to Seattle for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Nationals, and hopefully we're going to see some new faces get the win out there. Maybe somebody like Spencer Massey will be able to get a win out there, even though he wasn't able to sweep that Western Swing. Hopefully guys like Clay and others who have been very consistent last weekend can get the ball rolling and hopefully steal one this upcoming weekend. Well, we thank you for watching our show. Again, if you have something you would like for us to discuss with you, leave a comment at the bottom of our show and we'll keep the dialogue rolling. If you have something you want to see us discuss or hear our take on, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And as always, subscribe to the show. That's how you stay locked in to our top 5 power ratings. Again, you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.